John, we are going live, and we got to give it. We're live now. We're live now. Everybody, we're live back live.
Are you sure about that?
And we could start the show, I guess.
It says it's upcoming.
Well,
doesn't say it's live.
Well, we're gonna wait a second.
Now it says it's live.
Oh, for the love of Christmas.
Here first, I'm writing.
I always hate it when people do that first.
Yep, I did it. Yeah, so I'm in. Yeah, all right, good. So now everybody else can join us.
Yeah, now we just gotta wait
for what?
For them to join us.
We don't have to.
No, I guess not really.
I guess we should.
Yeah, I guess we were just
we
talking
did.
to
We
them,
did boot them off to have them come.
And they all waited for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think I'm worth it.
Yeah. They all got to. I'd give them updates every once in a while, and they're just like, all right. I mean, the music is, and I will quote, bitchin'. I was playing some real bitchin' music. Man.
Now, how much of it will be on here, or are we able to play before it gets deleted from the app?
Well,
from
this song nobody seems to cry about.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I for some reason our opening.
Yeah.
Our opening, nobody seems to give two craps about.
Okay.
You know, but it's other ones where, like, I'm telling you, it's out there for an hour or two. I'll get an email saying, hey, you know, you keep doing that, we're going to chuck you off.
Really?
Yes.
All right, so people are joining the old chat, right? And we're not even on. All right, so we got, well, I'm in there. I was there first. Don't you love that? Yeah, I was there. And then...
First is the worst.
We got Carrie Miani. Well, hi, Carrie. Sounds like a newbie. We also have Ed in there, Stephen New Hampshire, Paul's in there.
They'll start coming in. And by the way,
it worked.
Everybody,
I can't believe it, Bri.
Start sharing this YouTube thing because we can't figure out how to do that.
Yeah, and we are having major issues with this app. Whatever the F is wrong with it.
It's the app now. It's the streamer. You know something? I say we go all high tech, dump all that junk. That 2000 and John, as the kids would say, 2000 and late technology.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Don't you start referring to the old Tay-Tay like that.
Well, I thought that was Fergie, but whatever.
I don't know who it is. It's one of them.
I think it's 2000 and late was the Black Eyed Peas.
Was it really?
Of course it was.
Oh, wasn't Tay-Tay?
I don't know what Tay-Tay is.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, well, that's only one Tay.
I know, but her nickname is Tay-Tay.
Well, that's stupid.
Well, I don't care if it's stupid or not. She is Tay-Tay.
I mean, if her last name was Taylor, too.
Yeah, I know. So it should be like Tay-Swu. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's stupid and likes Tay-Tay.
Sense.
Yeah, I think it was a nickname. Sometimes you're just giving them, you're not...
I think it's a made-up nickname.
Well,
people used to call me...
Most nicknames are made
Well, John, people used to call me Ace. So
Whoa.
you can start calling me Ace now.
You're Ace?
Yeah, I'm Ace.
I thought you were Anvil.
Because I was.
You literally were Anvil.
But I was also... What else would be cool?
Anvil. That's a tattoo you should get. Big Bri.
Yeah, Big Bri. That's what they used to call me, John.
You should get an Anvil tattoo. That's it. I think that's it. You always wanted a Celtic cross.
Yeah.
So you're getting a Celtic cross like surrounded by an anvil.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
Not really. That's
the
you.
Dumbest tattoo I've ever heard of.
Well, I mean, it's you in a nutshell.
This coming from a guy who, once again, I'm not going to take no offense to you.
You don't have to.
I'm not taking any tattoo advice from you, though.
You don't have to.
I mean, you put zero thought in anything to get tattooed.
Never think of it at all.
Yeah, and I'm not like that. I like to think a little bit deeper than.
No, I aim for the prison tats.
Exactly.
Oh, Brett, you aim that deep, huh? How long have you been contemplating a tattoo? Way to aim. My God, since I've known you. Yeah, since I've known you, I've always wanted a tattoo. What do you want to get? I want this. You go to a place, you look. It's like you got to copy something. You don't come up with an idea, but yet I'm the jerk.
Yeah, well, no. I always thought that
you got to get it when you're 80.
I
figured it out.
And you talk to the guy, and like then they come up with a drawing, type of thing. Yeah. You know, but I don't know. I haven't narrowed it down yet.
Yeah, just do it. Get something you like the American flag. Do that.
Yeah, but I don't know. That seems a little weird to me.
Oh boy,
you know what I mean? That just seems a little wacky.
Yeah, but just get it. You'd be like, "That's right. I got a tattoo now."
Yeah. Now I'm tough.
Look at me.
A picture of something tough on me.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was George Carlin who made one of the. He was, you know, despite his politics and his thoughts, like once I think his wife got sick and he got bitter about God. Like that's when he stopped kind of being funny. He did his Lenny Bruce stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people liked him. Like they like that atheist stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think when you're kind of raised to be religious, and you're also taught to kind of be a little more respectful. You know what I mean, of other people's stuff. And he gets up there and he goes, "Oh, you fake boogeyman." Like, yeah, right. Well, might want to tiptoe around it a little. That's all I'm saying. But he had a whole thing. I totally forgot where I was going with George Carlin.
Oh, yeah, hi.
Yeah, very.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would have. I could chime in and tell you and try to help you, maybe know where you might have been
would have
going.
been
But
nice though if you did that like right at the beginning when I looked at you like, hey, can you help nudge your brother?
Yeah, but I'm equally as high though, Bryce. So I couldn't even tell you that. I couldn't even tell you what you were talking about to help with that one. So sorry about that.
Somehow
You're bad.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Tay.
Yeah, right. That's all.
It's a whole bunch of other.
I guess Taylor Swift is having quite the.
Are we really going to talk about Taylor Swift?
Yeah,
we're not going to try to figure out where we were. We're going to go.
No,
right
dude. Do you know where we were?
Oh no.
Okay, then let's stick around till we figure that out.
All right, good point, John. All right, it's all about the Tay.
Anyway, she's got a new concert series, right?
Ooh.
Yes, it's a stadium series, and
I know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. But you know what's crazy about this is you have to go. I think it's already too late. I don't even think the tickets are sold yet, or I don't even think they've gone on sale. I have no idea.
How is it too late then?
Well, because they did this weird thing that you had to, if you wanted Taylor Swift concert tickets, you had to go and register and say, yes, I would like them, please. And then they choose a select few to have the opportunity to buy them when they do become available.
I know I'm old, right? And I'm going to tell you, the best way that things were ever done was when I was a kid. And if you really wanted to go to the show, if you really wanted those tickets, you slept out.
Yeah, that's the old way.
You slept out overnight. And maybe, and I used to think this was a hassle, which I didn't like. They would give you bracelets, but then they didn't start at number 1. So even if you were the first idiot out there staying there for 2 days, it's not like you were guaranteed. They did a lottery.
Oh yeah.
They'd say, okay, now we're going to start at number 27, go all the way to the end and over again.
Yeah, it's still a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it really was. But
this one's weird though because you have to qualify. And this is like through the whole.
What do they give you like a test on Tay Tay?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's
what
like
Tay-Tay's favorite.
What was her first number 1 hit?
Yeah, exactly. If you really know Tay Tay, you know the name of her first band.
Yeah. Does Taylor like to shake it off? Yes or no?
Do Tay Tay's hips lie?
Oh yeah. Well, they do, Brian.
Well, I don't know.
Because you know who's don't.
That is true. Good point.
Do you know who's
Shakira.
don't?
I'm not stupid. I know those hips.
It took you a minute.
John, I had to look down at my T-shirt.
Yeah, I know
Shakira.
that. Right? I was reading it. That's why I knew that I had this answer, and I knew you may not have.
And watch when I do this with my stomach. Look at her hips.
Whoa! Yeah. Right.
Just
those
like the video.
Really go left to right. Well, can he make them clap?
Kabangers.
Wow. Yes. We don't need to go out anymore. Boy. All right, Bryce. So I've another day has gone by since the election, and another day it seems like of crap.
Oh, well, hold on.
This is going great.
Everybody, the election happened, and
that's true.
Who won again? Anybody know?
Yeah.
Anybody know who won?
Yeah, I've been finding this funny. Is it still not decided yet? Like all over the place. I know this run off with Herschel Walker. That's fine. All right, they decided that one quickly.
Well, hold on a second though. That's only because I'm telling you, I'm really tired of how dumb they believe we are.
Yeah.
And I'm really tired of the people that buy this crap. So you're going to tell me that again in a place like Atlanta, right, that it is so evenly split down the middle that it is barely a percentage point separating. I think it's 12,000 votes, something ridiculous. Neither one could hit 50% because the Libertarian took the 3% or something.
Yeah. That's what they're blaming on the Libertarian. They blame it on all that. I think that's the funniest thing.
This is called manipulation.
Yeah.
This was let's see what happens. So let's see if the rest of the rig stuff works. Because let's be honest, this crap. You cannot tell me people just voted for inflation and World War III.
No way.
You can't.
No way.
I'm sorry. You cannot tell me that people in Pennsylvania. I want to talk to people in Pennsylvania. Why did you just vote for somebody who just screamed that he was shutting down the oil, the natural gas, and coal industries when that's what your entire state was built off of and exists on?
I think the fact that guy is in, no matter who he was running against, doesn't matter. The fact that guy won is just amazing.
See, I was going from the top down. I was talking first Biden.
Well, that's true.
And then you had this Fetterman idiot who did the same thing, by the way. But then because of the stroke, started saying, "I never said that. I'm all about fracking. We should be fracking now." That's because he didn't understand what the term fracking was.
It is kind of weird to get those two crazy kooks of Democrats, and then both doing the same thing about the oil industry, just decimating it there in Pennsylvania.
The fact that once again, you're going to tell me that how many over 2 million people voted for that?
Yeah.
But then over 2 million people voted for Joe Biden, supposedly.
Hmm.
Then you have New Hampshire, by the way, once again, same thing, where it's live free or die, but they voted for Biden, and then they voted for this, what's her name, the governor?
Maggie Hassan.
Hassan, yeah. They voted for Hassan.
Yeah.
This is incredible. Like, that doesn't, that is the polar opposite of what both of those states should have done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then nobody's questioning it. Nobody's saying, hey, there, something seems to be amiss.
It's just crazy. And then didn't Ron DeSantis have something in Florida about the election that you couldn't? He put a lot of restrictions of things you couldn't do for the election. I can't remember what exactly they were. And it's the only state that seems like it went off without a hitch. You know, that they didn't have to do extra counting of the votes or anything. There was no weird things happening. Like, you know, here in Massachusetts, when the governor race was called with 1% of the vote in, which was bizarre. You know, things like that. You know, so in Florida, it seemed like everything went over well. So if stuff like that happens in one state, why can't we have that everywhere?
And by the way, as silly as this may sound to other states, yes, 1% in, and they did call the governor's race here in Massachusetts. And yet, in Nevada, we got to wait till when?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, when is it? I forget.
I think
it's not December, is it?
I'm not exactly sure.
I know the one in the Herschel Walker one, that runoff is going to be December.
That's in December.
December,
I think,
5th or something.
Yeah. I think it's the first week of December.
Boy, the other one, I'm not sure. Nevada.
I think I listened to Carrie Lake last night. I think she was saying supposedly by the weekend they should know, but she was also saying that there's no point of them not knowing already. Like, they don't have to know by the weekend. And I believe it was Marco Rubio made a great point where he said, look, we had here in Florida 7 million votes, right? And we were done by 11 at night. You're talking about 2 million votes, and they're talking about they need a week and a half.
Yeah, why do you need that much? It's so much time to go on for the shady crap. That's what's been happening. Well, and you know, this Carrie Lake, she's not going to win.
Well, the problem, she definitely should. I like her. She definitely doesn't take any
pulls, no punches. Yeah,
she doesn't care.
I like her.
Her thing is, it's all about the truth. You don't like it, sucks to be you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I definitely like the attitude. Will they let her win? I don't know, and that's really what it's going to come down to. Will they let her? Like I said, the fact that we're sitting here 2 days later and we don't know if the Congress or the Senate, and I don't care how many times you watch Fox News and they go, well, the Congress we've definitely got.
Yeah.
Do we? Why don't you wait until you cross the finish line? Because you also said there was going to be a red tsunami.
Yep. They were talking about that, still talking about it. You know, I just don't understand how they can consistently manipulate everybody, both sides.
Yeah.
They know what's going on.
Of course they do.
They know.
Well, remember, and this is the unfortunate truth of it all. We are taught that we have freedom of choice because out of 330 million people, they boil it down to 2. Yeah. And then they tell you to choose because you're a free person that has freedom of choice and your own free will.
Your vote counts.
Yeah, it means something. You know, everything's supposed to mean something. Well, you know, in hindsight, you know, you see what the news does and doesn't talk about is very influential. You know, like, I mean, the fact that some people still don't understand what happened with Hunter Biden, don't understand that Joe Biden's connected, so is the brother, you know, and instead they call you a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
But there's proof out there. You just haven't heard about it because your station won't talk about it.
Right.
You know, like there's this weird thing that's going on. And I don't think that we can trust the people in charge. I think that, you know, if your vote should be counted and in by that night.
Yeah.
Done, no exceptions.
Especially when you're putting it right through the whatever that thing you actually put it in and it scans it real quick.
The
whatever
vote counter.
No, but whatever that scanner thing is, that's like directly connected to the internet. You know what I did when I went over to my?
No, you see, they claim it's not connected to the internet.
Yeah, please.
But no, but that's so it can't be hacked. That's why they do that. Even though there's Wi-Fi everywhere.
So then what do they do? So if that's
they
not
bring
connected,
that back and they bring it somewhere and they write something down and send it off on something else.
Yeah, so that's where. So I mean, I think it should be done right in front of you, like right there. You put it in, scan it, boom. Because even when the guy was saying to me, he's like, "All right, watch it now, watch it," and then it went through and a little check mark came off. He goes, "Okay, and here's your sticker," all that crap. And I'm thinking, all right, so that's the internet. You know, just kind of sending in something.
It's kind of like I think like an oldie time machine where you would go in and flip the switch and it would just put an X. You know,
no way. So it's the same as like years ago where each machine just held those votes.
Yeah.
Like say 100 or 100 ballots went through that machine. It would just Just vote up those 100 ballots. That's it.
Yeah.
You take that machine and move it somewhere else, or empty
And
it.
you would add.
That's just they can't still do it that way.
Of course they do.
That's
because
stupid.
that's their big thing is they say they can't
So
they can't do it online because they can't secure it.
Yeah.
Although they could secure the mail somehow.
This is just nonsense. So, oh my God! See, this is where the system is just terrible because nobody knows what happens. Well, no, but nobody knows what happens after that.
That's true.
It's like I think we should all know what happens. Like, what's the exact process? Because it's just you just kind of have to guess.
Yeah, well, I think what they do is they just say, "Well, you'll forget about it because watch this."
Man.
You know what I mean? They move to the next thing very quickly.
You're better off just handing your ballot to the person there and just walking out.
Well, most people forget about it the second they leave.
Right.
Well, my vote's counted. They don't understand what happens next.
Exactly.
And that's why when you heard things like, I think it was in Arizona, where a lot of places ran out of ink. Right. So they couldn't print.
That was part of that ballots. Maricopa County.
Yeah, Maricopa County. And the funniest part of that is because people will say this, and I think even the left will agree, that the majority of people, I think they said 80% or close to 80% of the people that voted by mail were Democrats. Okay. And 80% of the people that show up on election day are Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So really having no ink doesn't affect the Democrats that badly.
Right.
Most of you guys voted weeks earlier. That's great. So you didn't see that Fetterman debate where he looked like an ass and you put him in charge. He's your governor. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But it only hurt the Republicans, and they did that a lot with a lot of stuff, and that's why they had people waiting so long. They make it very inconvenient to vote in person.
We should write this all down because I think what's going to probably happen is because it's so whacked out. And you're right, the 80% of people vote by mail happen to be Democrats, the 80 on the other side are Republican to vote in person. That is weird. So what's probably going to happen is you get the Republicans that are going to say, you know what, guys, here are the numbers. Why don't you start mailing in your votes? Just mail them in, all the Republicans that are going to start pushing that.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen is not going to work out well for the Democrats. So the Democrats are going to push for, you know what, we got to do this in-person voting. This mailing crap's for the birds. Can't do it, can't trust it, because that's what's going to happen over time.
Well, I think what's unfortunate is they realized a few years ago they could really steal an election.
Yeah, that's true.
They then manipulated these and they were crafty about it. They gave in on some. They're not stupid. They didn't go for the full sweep. That's why they went for the full sweep last time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now what they did is they were like, hey, everybody caught on and got real pissy. So what we got to do is keep it close. Right. So, okay, Warnock's got 49 and Walker's got 48.9.
Yeah, but we called that. We called that this is going to happen. They're gonna win, and it's going to be more of a nail biter because the other one was way
That's
too
why
shady.
It's not a nail biter because you already know what's happening.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
This is like a movie that it's almost like watching an episode of like The Honeymooners. You watch the first minute and a half, and you know exactly what's going to happen for the next 28 minutes. You know the whole episode.
It's just insane, but that's exactly it. I mean, eventually that they're going to end up winning somehow, however it happens.
Out of nowhere, they're going to say somehow that all the like what they're doing now with this Carrie Lake thing, which I think is very funny, is they're saying, hey, we found or there's, I believe it's like 600,000 votes they haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah, they found them.
Yeah, 600,000 votes. That's over 500,000 votes.
And a huge majority of the amount of votes actual cast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's why they're saying, so what does that mean? If they were mail-in ballots, does that mean they're Democratic votes? Or because it's coming from that area, does it mean that it's more Republican votes?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I'd like to see exactly what happens there, because if you remember between Biden and Trump, they found this whole bunch of votes one night. And I think out of, let's say 200,000 votes they found, 199,998 all went for Biden, and one voted for Trump, and one voted for John. That was you. Wrote his own name in.
Yeah, it was. I liked it. I felt I would be a good person for the position. I can do it, Brian.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so fake, and that's why the whole hype of Trump possibly coming back. I want him to be the president, like nobody's business.
Fox doesn't.
But I don't care about Fox.
Have you seen Fox recently with that?
No, I know they're all about DeSantis right now.
They're all about DeSantis, and they're all about putting down Trump. They had McEnany or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Kind of going, well, a lot of people, even Kellyanne Conway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, they're all Fox contributors now.
I haven't really watched.
Yeah, well, now they're saying, like, because he brings so much drama with him, and maybe it's time that we move on to another guy that who's younger and would bring drama. I don't understand why we just don't go Trump 4 years president, DeSantis vice president, then they flip flop.
Yeah, why compete? It doesn't just do it this way, and
you'll nail it.
Yeah, because Trump's a little bit older now, so
Yeah.
have him, and then next time DeSantis.
Exactly, and it's a great way for DeSantis to get to know the gig, get his feet wet, get everything moving. Everybody knows for the next 8 years you're going to be in power.
Right, that's cool.
You know, you really got a great gig ahead of you, so it's not. It can't be an ego thing of you need to be president tomorrow. You know what I mean? Let's cut the crap, and as long as you guys do a good job, you'll stay in power.
It's just so irritating because you know the fact that Trump would be great to be the president again, especially what's going on now. You feel like he or even DeSantis, probably the only two that could probably turn this around. Hopefully, you would hope. But if the election is exactly the way it is now, I mean, they didn't do anything these past 2 years to fix it from 2020. You know, so what makes you think President Trump running in 2024 that he's going to have a chance? There's no way. All the Democrats did in this one is, like you said a minute ago, perfect it, whereas they're not making it a landslide victory. They're just kind of making it close. Yeah, it could go either way.
And what I find to be bizarre is, like, especially with Arizona and other states, there are a few states that are always a problem. Like it's always like, Florida for a while was taking the hit of being the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if there was a hanging Chad or there was
always
like
Florida
deadlines.
Was forever.
Like remember when Maxine Waters was real late on answering some sort of thing just so the votes would be nullified because they were going a different way than what she wanted. So I mean, like there's always been like a state or two that will do this.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, it's usually the Democrats that are controlling it, and this is the way they're manipulating these. What I think most people, when you hear about redistricting, should say, "Look, here's the deal. If that should stop immediately,
without a doubt. Why you're redistricting?
Yeah, like that." And we go back to just what common sense districting is.
Yeah,
don't give me what the you think. Well, people should be mixed. I don't. That's stupid. I understand that people should be mixed. They can mix on their own. That's not what this districting set out is.
Mm-hmm.
You need to say, well, this is district A, B, C, and D. Now, whatever happens within those districts is whatever happens. But realistically, you can't just split them up because you don't like the people in them.
Yeah.
And say, well, there should be more of an influence, so we'll put people way over there who have nothing to do with it and have them in charge of your school system.
Yeah,
It's just dumb.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever get a handle on any of this.
Well, John, people voted for AOC.
Yeah, well, she's quite a catch fry. I think she's. I mean, another term, she's going to be a lifer. We know that.
She really is. Yeah. I can't believe I'm saying it, but AOC is really going to be a politician for a very long time. This is crazy. Who voted for this idiot? I guess the same people that voted for Fetterman.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, for those, you can almost see AOC winning more than Fetterman. Fetterman's just awful.
Well, Fetterman's funny because he has a lot of accomplishments. He's got wealthy parents that mean nothing. Like They don't get real specific. They'll say, with his job with the electric company.
What did he do?
Well, what did he do? How long was he there? It doesn't tell you.
He's a receptionist.
But what afforded him the ability to go to school? He went to Harvard. And he went here and he went there. So he was, a trust fund kid type of, getting pushed through life. Even now, they were saying that his house, John, is an old car dealership.
Really?
Yeah, how those buildings are huge
and, they're massive.
They're massive.
They look pretty cool.
That's what his house
huge
is.
land parking lot. Yeah, that's cool.
That's it. So he's not a poor man by any means, and
he looks it though. Probably he's wearing that hoodie. I mean, he can't afford a suit, poor guy.
And that's exactly he comes.
He's the everyday man. I think I want to have a beer with that guy.
He's the equivalent of Jim Jordan.
Yeah,
and his rolled up sleeves and his tie that's just pulled down a little bit.
Stupid. I love Jim Jordan. He's the best. He gets it done, Bri.
You have these people that are just really,
but they're all like this,
playing a game.
Yeah, they're all like it, and I think it's all fake because we said it yesterday. Even if the Republicans do get the House, the Senate, they get them both. What are they going to do?
Well, considering when Trump first got in, he had both, and they did nothing.
Man,
you had so many rhinos and people sit on their feet and drag their feet, and then remember, all they had to do was run again, and they could keep both houses because everything was going so well.
Right.
But instead, you had people that didn't plan on retiring, saying now they were going to retire.
Yeah, I'm going to bow out now.
Yeah. Well, around that time too, which I think is very bizarre. Elon Musk brought this up the other day. And she said, it's very funny how there's no leaks and there's no updates ever on this whole Jeffrey Epstein list that you guys have had for God knows how long now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The FBI and whatever have it. You have her, you have the list, you have everything you need. And there's not one leak. The Supreme Court just had a leak.
Yeah.
You guys haven't had a leak.
Yeah, this administration's rock solid. There hasn't been a leak of anything.
Nothing.
You know, not even with just the Maxwell thing or Epstein. Not even with just that. Anything. I mean, these people, they're good. You know, not one person says anything out of line.
And remember that whole thing with Trump, man? Everything that poor guy did.
There's a leak every second.
And it was a leak, but it was a lie leak.
Yeah.
It was always came out the wrong way. And they come out and go, well, that's not the way it was said, or that's not the way it was meant. Yeah. That phone call. Well, you can listen to it. That's not the way it's said, stupid. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But that's really what they did. We're in this weird thing where, like I said, I think we have the perception of choice. We don't really have any.
Yeah, I don't think so at all.
Kind of like when we had, and I think it was kind of disappointing for a lot of us, the perception of freedom of speech, you know, and then when they started shutting down people from the internet and saying, well, that's a privilege. That's not your right. That's well, but you're shutting the man down or the woman down because you didn't like what they said. You know what I mean? So I got to sit there and hear stuff like, I don't know, and an old one would be like a Louis Farrakhan type of guy who, once again, I don't like what he said. I think he was a racist. I mean, say whatever. But he's in America, so he has the right to say it.
That's the way I look at all that stuff. I mean, I know that a lot of people out there say things that I can't stand and I hate and maybe it'll piss me off, whatever.
Well, the Reverend Wright, Obama's, you know,
that's actually a good one.
Pastor. I mean, like the guy hates white people, is not quiet about it. Hates the country, hates white people, hates all, and just is what it is. But he has the right to say it, though.
Yeah, he does. He does. And for that, whatever, that's just how our country is. But to flip it when it doesn't work in your favor.
Well, that's how you find out.
That's just not right.
But that's how you find out that, you know something? It's kind of like if you're in a relationship with somebody, right? You got to be playing by the same rules. Mm-hmm. Everybody has to be playing by the same rules or there's no point to it.
Yeah.
Because if you're upholding one thing and they're upholding another, it doesn't work out. And unfortunately, that's what we have going on everywhere right now. So we have the Republicans will say, okay, we'll make this deal and stick to it. And then you have the Democrats to go, hey, look, these idiots are really going to stick to it.
They do. That's exactly what happens.
And then when you get caught or you catch them cheating or lying, they laugh and they go, you caught me. Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, well, you had to know I was going to try to F you over. Anyway. You know, and then it's your fault for believing them. But then they ask you to believe them again in 10 seconds. They're the worst con people ever. They don't know how to lie right. They don't know how to manipulate. They're just horrific. But it's so. And I used to think it was because I'm older and I've seen so many BS artists in my life. Is it that, or is it the fact that these people just suck at it?
Well, boy, I think it's a combination. I think they suck anyway
because they really do. Suck at it.
I really don't think they're that bright. You know, and because they think everybody else is stupid.
Well, well, that's the funny thing too. And I have a lot of friends, and it's really, really funny now that I'm older, right? And they went the college route, which really benefited them money wise in life, right? It really did. Like their life compared to, I don't know, me and a few other people I know.
I went to college. That did
real college.
Not
radio college.
No, I went to real college. You went to radio college. I went to real college. I actually have a bachelor's degree, Brian.
In what? In what?
What do you mean?
In what?
In business and communications.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh well, I didn't know that.
I'm major
in
business.
John's smarter than I am.
Major in business.
Okay, wait. Actually, this proves my point.
Exactly. It's always proved mine.
This proves my point. So technically, John's the smarter of the two.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Technically.
Yeah. Technically, and you know I really am.
Well, we'll let you believe that.
I have a job.
Ow, that hurt. See, well, that hurt. But the point is, like with colleges, I've seen a lot of people though who have gone both routes, and you go the college route, and honestly, you make a lot more in your lifetime and whatever. But a lot of those people are taught that they know more than everybody now because they went to 4 years of college and listened to something other people told them.
Yep, you read that book good.
Yeah, I mean, and so now you're repeating everything we told you. Great.
Mm-hmm. You remembered everything we said.
And going out and being very proud of it, but also being very condescending. That's why they always have these memes and stuff, which is silly, but it's actually true in a way, because if the end game is supplying for yourself and your family and whatever, and let's say you're good with your hands and you become a plumber or an electrician or whatever, you can become effing rich.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's a point of both of it. You need a doctor, you need an electrician, you need both. You know what I mean? Like, so whoever's doing them is going to get paid out the ass either way.
Yep.
You know, so
it's crazy. I've always been so against that. anything with the colleges and all that stuff, just against it because.
But that's what they did with Fetterman. They gave him somehow they gave
really
him
did
a Harvard education, and then you look at this guy and you go, that guy, and not
There's no
after
one-
the stroke. I'm talking before the stroke. That guy was Harvard educated.
Yeah, I hate the whole. Well, he had a stroke. Well, I know, and that's sad. Everybody agrees it's sad to have a stroke. Whatever.
It's true.
But that's the
maybe lay off the cheeseburgers a little bit too.
One of the reasons why he shouldn't be in that position.
Of course,
obviously he's just unhealthy enough. Get better. Because I was even talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, "Well, in a couple months he'll be fine."
Well, then run again next time.
Yeah, then obviously he's not fine now.
Yeah.
So
well, let's put it this way though. You're saying that to people on a side that cheered when they wheeled John McCain in from brain surgery.
Yeah.
So he could vote down a bill.
Oh, gross.
And they were so happy. They didn't give two craps about that man's health.
You're right. No.
They just was so happy.
Just get on there and cast that vote. We need it.
And literally the guy had his face off. They took his face off like a day or two before that. And he comes in, he doesn't even know what planet he's on. Interact. I'm like, no, he's fine. So what? It's like he had a headache. Yes, he had a brain tumor removed, but whatevs.
He's just recovering, guys. He's fine. He can go down there and vote.
Yeah, something.
If got off the operating table 8 hours ago. He's fine.
After we vote, we're all going to Fridays.
Oh,
John said he wants to go to Fridays and celebrate his surgery.
Once he votes, he can go right back to the hospital and recover.
Yeah, it's on him.
It'll be fine.
Hey, I know we only got him a one-way ticket here, but he can get his way back.
Just ridiculous. But that's our government.
They're
actually running like that.
Well, our government, John, and like I said, I'm starting to believe when you started seeing that. Okay, you don't really have a First Amendment anymore. The Second Amendment they have come for very hard.
Yeah.
And then during COVID, they limited our movements so much so, and this was the craziest thing. This is when I think people should have woke up a little, but didn't. When they started telling you that you couldn't go to any religious place.
Yeah.
I could go to CVS and I could go to Stop and Shop, and I get that. And I guess thanks if I have to thank you for it. But in all reality, in this country, you can't stand in the way of somebody and their religion.
No effing way.
And you can't stand in the way of a person and get involved. I keep being told, especially about the abortion thing, my body, my choice. They're still saying that. And it's just from the same people that were just yelling that I should be forced to get, a shot, or I should lose my job. How about this then? I don't believe in abortion, but I believe that if you are in favor of abortion, we should just sterilize you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll sterilize you, then you'll never have to have an abortion. Ends that.
I just don't know why after all these years we had to go and mess with it. It was already in the books, the laws, just kind of leave it.
And who messed with it, by the way?
Yeah, exactly.
The Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And I tweeted this the other day. Everything was going fine for the Republican Party, and the only thing that screwed it up was the effing Supreme Court, because you got these old lady hippies that remember what it was like to burn their bras, and now all of a sudden they want to be fighting the government again, who now are voting against it because they were playing stuff and they were saying about like people like Jeff Deal. Well, he's pro-life. And I love that they say that like it's a horrible thing to be pro-life.
Yeah, it's a negative thing now.
No, he's pro. I'm not voting for that guy. He's pro-life.
I mean, just like I was saying before, with all they switched so easily, and now they're going to blame you for something. Everything was pro-life years ago.
Yeah, of course it was.
And now what is it? Pro-death.
Yeah, well,
kill the kids.
Kill them right up till birth.
My God, so
maybe even a little after,
because the pro-life was that was a thing.
That was supposed to. Well, the people were protecting babies, is what it was,
and it's the opposite now.
Well, no, that's because we're living in an evil time right now.
But that's how this works. It's just so crazy.
But it's under the guise of being women's health. That's why, because these idiots. And I'm telling you, half the women I saw on TV, and I voted that way because women's health. Well, here's the thing. Do you even understand? Well, it doesn't even matter. But the Supreme Court didn't do what they're telling you that they did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't outlaw abortion. That's not what happened at all. They're leaving it up to the states. It's up to the states now. So wherever you go, you vote. It's up to you guys.
And nobody figured that out. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, I remember that's what was said day one.
Well, if you listen to Obama, Harris, Biden, any of them over the weekend, and they would talk about how this was a vote for democracy, this was a vote for your women's rights, this was a vote for Social Security.
Yeah.
Like they hit all the buzzwords that they always hit for Democrats, and they fall for it every effing time.
Right.
Every time. It doesn't matter that you think about it. What's your Social Security going to be like now when you have inflation that's through the freaking roof?
Yeah.
Like what goes? How much money do you think is being put into Social Security now for you? Plus, what about the money that people on Social Security are getting? But now it's not as much as
Right.
known as for.
Right.
Like,
right.
so that if you care that way,
It's
you
just
care about it all.
insane. Yeah, but
Like,
no,
they're just crazy.
No, they don't. All right, we got to take a quick little break. My father keeps calling me. I don't know why. He's calling me crazy, so I got to take a timeout. All right, so if we do that, but we'll be right back. Swear to God, we'll be right back. We're not leaving yet. But my father, I don't know why he's calling me, but every time when that happens, it's like,
Yeah. Go talk to him.
yeah, you got to do what you got to do. So I got to just take this phone call real quick because I have no idea what the hell Papa Peak is calling for. So hopefully everything's all right, and we'll be right back. But just bear with us. Give us a quick second. We won't even go off YouTube. We'll just be right back. All right, be right back. Oh,
Drowning deep in my sea of loneliness, broken your servant died. Will you give it to me? It seems what's left of my human side is slowly changing in me. Will you give it to me? Looking at my own reflection, when suddenly it changes. My reality, it changes. Oh no, there is no turning back now. You've woken up the demon. Yeah, man. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let everyone to make. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this is the gift that has been given to me. I can see inside you the sickness is rising. Don't try to deny what you feel. Will you give it to me? It seems that all that was good has died and is decaying in me. Will you give it to me? It seems you're having some trouble in dealing with these changes, living with these changes. Now the world is a scary place. Now that you've woken up the demon. Yeah, man. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it run to me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this is the gift that has been given to me. Yeah, not dream. And will I try? Oh, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and then never win the make. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this has now come over me.
Yeah.
Ready to start eating healthier? Meet Kachava. Kachava is the world's healthiest all-in-one meal shake. A complete meal in seconds to keep you going for hours. It's made with over 70 plant-based superfoods and nutrients, giving you all your essentials in one delicious meal. Cheers!
Well, hell yeah.
Oh, that's yummy.
Thank you.
Just water, 2 scoops, blend and go. Putting you in control of your nutrition to improve your well-being, to fuel your body and mind. Only the highest quality plant-based ingredients. Made for health-conscious people on the go. It's a simple change in your daily routine to kickstart a healthier way of life. It's amazing what you can do when you eat healthy and feel your best. Join thousands of happy customers using Kachava to achieve their health goals. It all starts with changing what you put into your body. Click the link and start today.
Bringing you another disturbing creation from the mind of one sick man who can't tell the difference and gets stupefied. I've been waiting my whole life for just one rock, and all I needed was just one rock. How can you say that you don't give up? Rock, I'm myself stupefied, I'm back again. All I wanted was just one rock, one tiny little innocent rock. And when I feel like I'm shut out of luck, I'm myself stupefied, I'm back again. Why do you like playing around with my another scope on reality? I can feel it all start slipping, I think I'm breaking down. Why do you not playing around with my neuroscope of reality? I can feel it all start slipping away. See that I don't get it, don't you think? Maybe we can put enough credit, don't you think? I can take it, jump on out of it. I can stupid mind, it's all the same as a living it, but I don't get it, don't you think? Maybe we can put enough credit, don't you think? I can take it, jump on out of it. I can stupid mind, I can stupid mind. All the people in the left wing, rock, and all the people in the right wing, rock, and all the people in the underground, rock. I'm myself stupefied, I'm back again. All the people in the high rise, rock, and all the people in the projects, rock, and all the heads in the body, oh, rock. I'm myself stupefied, I'm back again. Why do you like playing around with my neuroscope of reality? I can feel it all start slipping, I think I'm breaking down. Why do you like playing around with my neuroscope of reality? I can feel it all start slipping away. See that I don't get it, don't you think? Maybe we can put it on credit, don't you think? You can take it to another minute. I get stupid mind, it's all the same as a living it, but I don't get it, don't you think? Maybe we can put it on credit, don't you think? You can take it to another minute. I get stupid mind, I get stupid mind. me. No, baby, now don't deny me. And darling, don't be afraid.
Hey, and welcome back, Renegade Radio. John Pica, Brian Byrne here. Sorry about that. Sorry for the little break in the action because it was action-packed. Then an action-packed show, Brian.
Oh
we've done this, we've done that.
It's like a roller coaster ride.
Man, you never know what's coming.
It's up, we're down, we're left, we're right. You never know.
But it's all wrapped up in this nice little bow at the end of it.
It's a great point.
I mean, it's just fantastic.
It certainly is.
Every single show, you can wrap it up and bring that sucker to the Radio Hall of Fame. We'd kill it.
Wrap it up in gold tinfoil.
That's just what I'm thinking. Oh, boy. Anywho, all right, so back to this mess we have in the politics, the government.
So wait, have we won anything in the Congress or Senate?
I don't think so. I mean,
changed?
I know Kevin McCarthy is basically saying he's the new Speaker of the House, is saying they just fired Nancy Pelosi, but nothing's finished yet. So why are you going out saying Nancy Pelosi's fired? Is she? I don't think anything's done yet. Yeah, not yet. This is what I mean. Like, technically, it's not finished yet. I mean, right now, the way it looks, the Senate, Republicans still 49, Democrats 48, need 51, so there's 2 more left. If you're Republicans, and
so who's holding that up?
One of them Arizona's one.
Arizona's one.
And was Utah the other one?
I mean,
I can't remember. Arizona's one.
Can they hurry up?
Or Georgia's also in one.
Oh yeah, Georgia. That's right. Yeah.
Also, so there's a few of them.
So can they hurry up? I mean,
you would think.
What do we like? Do you guys understand the entire country is waiting on you?
I just don't get
the entire world is waiting on you two bums.
Yeah, why wouldn't you bring in? I don't know. Florida was really fast and efficient. Why don't you bring some of those vote counters in and send them over to those states that need it right now to speed it up a bit? I mean, obviously they got it done right.
Well, apparently, once again, there was a lot of shenanigans going on in Arizona.
Yeah.
So it was everything from running out of ink.
I like the running out of ink.
The ink one, that was kind of new.
That's good. And it was probably one of those thermal printers, too, that doesn't even have ink.
Yeah, watch this. They'll buy anything.
Yeah, watch the computer run out of ink that doesn't even need. Yeah, I bet. It's just like the water main break the other election.
Yeah.
Same idea.
They just couldn't use that one again so quickly. They'll use that in 2024.
Next one, they're going to be like, our fax machine was down.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Just keep coming up with old excuses that used to work.
Yeah. You know something? I was out there. My beeper was off.
Yeah. I was going to call you, but I couldn't find a payphone. Just so stupid.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think the fact that we're waiting for anybody to turn votes in, I think it's at some point you have to say, look, you don't get representation then.
No.
If you can't participate in a timely manner, you're not involved anymore.
And this always amazes me, right? I'll show you this little thing here, how they have the map of the country.
Yes, that's extremely red.
I mean, you really can't see blue.
No. Oh wait, no, it changed.
Oh well, yeah, but you got the picture.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there it is again. But I don't understand how that works.
Well, John, a lot of those places that are red only have 8 people that live on them and a lot of horses. So the horses don't get to vote. Well, that's what they'll say. They'll say that it's not very populated areas, but when it's painted red, boy, does it look like a lot of areas.
Yeah, so you're saying the entire country, those areas are not populated at all.
Well, not like, that's why, see, and this is exactly why you have the Electoral College that they hate so much, and everybody should be saying this loud and proud right now, by the way, that unless you want to be governed by Los Angeles and New York and Boston, cities, which are going to be more highly populated than other places, well, then don't have an electoral college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you want everybody to get their fair share, like you claim, that every time you don't feel like you're getting your fair share, you bitch about, until you're stomping all over someone else's rights. I don't know. I like I said, we are in such a bizarre time right now where our government's running wild. Our votes mean nothing. Like I said, it's almost like they're saying, hey, look, we wanted to see what it was really going to be like, and now we need about a week to fix it.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, I think it's crazy, this whole the debacle happening right now in Arizona. And then you look over to the Georgia race when it's an instant runoff. Like, it was instant. They both say, well, neither one got to 50%, so a runoff. So now they already have a date of when the runoff is going to be. I saw Ron DeSantis. I think he might have been on Hannity or one of the shows last night. And he said, yep, I'm going to be with Herschel Walker campaigning tomorrow night. So they already have, like,
Oh, they say every Republican and every Democrat are going to head over there and try to push it down.
But, so they got all that already set up and planned, this big event, and it's happening today, like that quickly. Yeah. But yet, everything else is still, I don't know.
Well,
none of it makes any sense.
What made me nauseous, and we'll get it for tomorrow. But Lindsey Graham was on, I think it was on Tucker Carlson.
Yeah,
right?
Do you have a new book?
Well, just as bad because he's only on there, whether it be a book or he's raising money. So he, this whole thing now with Herschel Walker, everybody needs to get in there, right? So that's what he's going to ride the wave on and take whatever his cut is, I'm sure. And all he kept saying on the show, it was Jesse Waters on the show was teamherschelwalker.com. So yeah, you got to go to teamherschelwalker.com and donate because we really need your money because we're like a point away, and if you don't go to teamherschel.com, whatever, because they outspent him 3-1, and he only lost by half a point. So you don't need that much money really. I'll send you $5 and we'll call it even. You know what I mean? Here, take an ad out in the local paper and you'll stomp them this time.
Exactly.
But he said teamherschel.com, and I think it was over 10 times.
No kidding.
It's disgusting. That's all he was there. He was just plugging away for cash. Donate. I need your money. I need your money. I want your money. That's all the man does. So I tweeted at him, money grubbing pig.
Good.
Because that's all he does. And I kept saying, have you accomplished anything other than getting your stupid big face on TV and mooching money every time I turn the TV on? Have you done anything ever? I can't stand that guy.
Boob.
I can't stand him.
I can't either. I mean, he's got so many holes in him. I mean, he's just a fraud.
Of course he is.
And it's just all about getting that money, whether it's for fundraising for somebody else, which he he has his hand out. Of
course.
Or if it's his own.
Well, it's a I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Definitely.
Type of thing. Because when he needs help now, you got Herschel saying, well, Lindsay was there for me.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
That's all this is.
Big old play. I can't stand any of it. The government, the way everything's run is just ridiculous. You get these people who don't know what they're doing in office. You get these morons out there, and people talk about, you can't have Oz because he's a TV celebrity, but you can have Fetterman.
You know something that to me, and there was a woman yesterday, and it blew my mind where she kept saying, yeah, go figure, the TV doctor didn't win.
Yeah.
Right. And she's very happy about it. She's going, yeah, maybe he'll go back to New Jersey where he really wants to live.
Wow.
Because that was the bizarre spin I guess Fetterman was doing, like he's not even from here.
Oh really? So that's the hang up.
Well, Fetterman, you're rich. You want to if you and you want to start, and by the way, so is Dr. Oz, but Dr. Oz got rich off of being a surgeon.
Earning it.
Yeah, and then he went on TV, and then he was a politician, and then he's a writer. So the man made his money. He didn't wait for mommy and daddy to keep throwing cash at him.
Yeah.
So it's just, bizarre, but they were really happy that they beat it. Because when I was looking on Fetterman's Twitter, because for some reason it came up in my feed for some weird reason, and I'm looking at it, and you have your phonies. Oh, congratulations on your cause. Your cause. You literally just voted for a mentally impaired man to lead you.
But congratulations, that cause is great.
Yeah, but I look, and then they're doing the funny. You should wear your sweat jacket to the inauguration. That would be so Philly, man.
Yeah.
They're just such douches.
Yeah.
And you're watching these guys, and they're just so happy to be ignorant.
That's right.
They
really are.
Now we're in trouble because they voted for the stupid,
and they just keep putting the dumb ones in. I mean, AOC and the Furious Five, whatever those people were, Omar and Talib, all that whole gang.
Just squad, John.
Just a joke. They're even.
I like the Furious Five better though.
They're just a joke. They're around. That they've been around. They're trying to do whatever they can. You get the career politicians like Markey here in Massachusetts. They're all a bunch of dopes.
Yeah, they really are.
And you're just getting more of them in by having this Fetterman and AOCs and all those other ones alike. It's not stopping.
No.
But yet the other side say, well, yeah, but he's only a former athlete. What does he know?
I know.
He's only a TV star. What's he know?
The fact that the matter that he's giving up a certain lifestyle.
That's the way I look at it. Like, for that, I would give him a chance. I would at least look into what he's all about because, hey, all right, he won the Heisman, pretty sure. So he was pretty good in college.
Yeah.
He was a Georgia Bulldog, right from that state, been ingrained in that state forever. Did really good in the NFL, and I think the CFL. and a hell of a football player.
Everyone loved him until he ran for office.
Yeah.
It's like the Trump thing.
Yeah,
they love him until they run, and then they're like, this guy's an idiot. He's just a football player. Moron. Got his head kicked in every weekend. That's why you love him.
Unbelievable. All right, everybody. That's the end of the show. Got to go. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. We are Renegade Radio. Goodbye.
Give it all away, never stay with the winner, with a man with all the Philly money. Come on, keep it all alive with a ride on the record on the top, if you're gonna be a bad boy. Great man, you got it wrong from a long time friend, gonna lose it in the end of the floor. Sing on, give it all away, say a buzz, say a man, say a ghost, be what you wanna be. Yeah.